We'll start off with Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead for Zion.
Hey, Zion. I guess first off, can you kind of take us through what held you back in camp? You know, maybe you don't have to talk specifically about the injury, but just, you know, what was it? How long you really missed, and how maybe that affected you at the start of the season?
Could you, sorry, it's a little hard to hear. Could you repeat that question one more time?
Yeah, just, you know, we know you missed obviously some important time in camp with an injury. Just curious what it was or what it was you were dealing with, and how much do you think that held you back from getting off to maybe the kind of start that you wanted to individually?
I wouldn't say it was one thing in particular. I was having some knee problems. I'll just put it there, just in general. But for the most part, it took me out of most of camp, and I'd say that definitely held me back a little bit. You know, getting in that camp really gets you back into football, and I kind of missed that. You know, when everybody else had that, so I feel like that kind of held me back, and it's kind of taking me a little minute to get back into things, but I'm thinking we're getting there.
And I'm curious, just from a conditioning standpoint, how much did that affect maybe conditioning? Were you in good enough shape, I guess, going into the start of the season? Did it affect conditioning at all, I guess is the question.
I'd say at first it maybe did, but it didn't take a couple of days to get back to shape.
Okay, thank you.
We'll go now to David Wilson from the Miami Herald. David.
Hey, Zion. So far through 4 games, you guys have had a different offensive line every game, either because of injuries or other things. I think you're the only guy who started every game at one spot. Just how much of a challenge has that been, the kind of lack of continuity on the offensive line?
I mean, as far as like chemistry, it can kind of mix things up a little bit. But I mean, I feel like we all work together really great. So I wouldn't say it's been too much of a problem.
Would you is it better for for an offensive line? Do you kind of feel like it's better if you guys kind of find a group of 5 and kind of can grow as the season goes on? And
absolutely, for sure.
Up next, we have Matt Shodell from Kane Sport. Matt.
Yeah, hey Zion. Obviously, you guys have your first big ACC game coming up here, and I'm sure you've already looked at Virginia quite a bit. First of all, when did you guys start Virginia preparations? Was it really just this week, or you start looking at them a little bit last week? And then also, just talk a little bit about what you see in the Virginia defense. They've been giving up a lot of yards per carry. I don't know, what do you see in that challenge in Virginia?
I heard the first part of that, but I didn't hear the second part. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Just what kind of challenge Virginia's defense brings to you guys? They've been sort of inconsistent on defense. I'm just curious your perspective on what you see from Virginia's defense.
In my perspective, I feel like they're really solid team. I mean, you can tell on film that they're well coached. I mean, they might not always play the same every game, but they play really hard. So we're really expecting them to bring this game.